Another Chicago Bulls game, another double-digit deficit. That's how it goes here in Chicago, unfortunately, when it comes to these Chicago Bulls. We're going to talk about the first half and more. First, I'll play the intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, and the Chicago Bulls are down 16 right now at home against the Houston Rockets. Yeah. I mean, it's really all we can say in a case like this. The Bulls they were matching with the Houston Rockets for about a quarter and a half there. And the Houston Rockets just took away with it here in the second quarter. They ended up scoring 41 points in the second quarter. The Chicago Bulls just keep giving up 40-point quarters. And I just don't know how many basketball games you can win where you're giving up 40-point quarters this regularly. Like, this is, honestly, it's really astounding. It'll be interesting to watch how many 40-point quarters do the Bulls give up on this season, because it may be the most in NBA history. That may be the case here. The Bulls are already 2-8 in their last 10 games. Right now, don't look like they're going to be shaped up to get the win tonight against the Houston Rockets. And it really comes down to lack of efficiency again, lack of energy. This Houston Rockets team, these young guys are just attacking every closeout and rebound that they possibly can. All their starters, except for Jabari Smith, they're in double figures as well. He has 8. You got another 9 from Amen Thompson off the bench as well. Then you look at Zach LaVine's leading the way with the Chicago Bulls. He has 10 points, but he's 2 of 6 from the field. The Bulls right now are 33% overall from the field and 26% from three. We're 13 of 13 from the free throw line. So, if that ends up being the case, it is what it is. The Bulls don't even have a lot of turnovers in this game. 6 turnovers so far in this game. But yeah, overall, the Bulls do not look like a team that wants it tonight. They just don't. They don't look like they have it. Everybody collectively is shooting like ass right now. Like a 12-pack of ass. Everybody's shooting like ass right now, except for Vooch. Vooch is the only one over 50%. Shout out to Nikola Vucevic, man. Yeah, this is a bad game. Bad game. It's really not a lot of analysis to be done about it. The Bulls have been terrible on defense, as we've come to expect. That's not a surprise. They've been bad on offense. Maybe that's a little bit of surprise to people. But when you look at the Houston Rockets defense and how good this defense is, it shouldn't be a surprise that the Bulls are struggling offensively, because, again, the Chicago Bulls are a team that is all fluff, no substance to their offense. Somebody left a comment on the pregame show after the fact. They said, well, the Bulls have an offense. We just need that pit bull defense. We don't have an offense. We got some scoring, but we don't have an offense. That's a very different thing, right? And I think sometimes you got to look at the details in that. The Bulls got a damn good. They can score at times, but they don't really have an offense. They run up and down the court, but they don't really have a scheme, right? They move the ball around. They like to pass around, but they don't really move without the ball too often, and they aren't really efficient with limiting turnovers. The Bulls don't have an offense. They have a play style. They don't really have an offense. And we've seen that. Like, they can score, make no mistake about it, but there's not very much substance, and therefore, with no substance, it's hard to have sustainability. That's the case. That's what's hard about it. No substance, you can't have sustainability. And this Chicago Bulls team is not going to sustain anything but the struggle unless their offense becomes a more sustainable offense. That just is what it is. And the only reason I'm not harping too much on defense, because this team just doesn't have the personnel or the makeup to be a good defensive team. I'll never forget, somebody argued with me in the comment section before the season started when I said this is going to be a bad team defensively. And they said this team has the chance to be better defensively than what they were. I said, after losing Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond, they said yes. And I got to find out who that was, because I got to call them to carpet. And I got to call them out. Because if you really thought, and I'm not saying anybody in this chat, if you really thought this Bulls team was going to be better defensively than what they were last season, you're smoking a 12-pack of dick. A 12-pack of donkey dick. That's what you've been smoking. And at some point, we just got to listen. I come here every day. I'm a more optimistic than pessimistic person. I try every day to look at the bright side, look at the real side and the bad side. But I'll tell you what, I told y'all the other day, the pain is coming. The pain is coming for the Chicago Bulls. That brief period of time, that spurt to start off the season where they were scoring really well, teams didn't have them two figured out yet. But now the scouting report is out on this Bulls new play style. The scouting report is out. We're going to still have some games where we score a lot of points. We're going to still have some games where we beat some teams we probably have no business beating. It's still going to happen some, but this team is done. Like the ceiling of this team is not very high at all. If you thought this team was going to win 40 to 41 games, for the people that said that and wanted to argue with me about it before the season starts, you deserve this. You deserve this because you weren't realistic in where this team was. You deserve this. And I hope that the Bulls lose every game for the. No, I'm just playing about that part. But the struggle's starting. Welcome to hell. Welcome to the reality of what the Chicago Bulls are. All play style, no substance. This is what it is. It is what it is, man. Matty Matt says Billy schemes are trash, man. So easy to defend. There is no scheme. We're just running. We're just out there running. They look disorganized out there to be. You know what this Bulls team looks like today? And I'm not saying they look this bad every day, but tonight they look like a team of 6-year-olds that watched the Warriors play and said, "Hey, we're gonna do that the next time we play in PE." That's what it's like. They're trying to imitate something, but there's no nuance to it, right? There's no nuance to it. I mean, listen, like I said, no substance to it at all. This is what it is. Vooch is cooked by Şengün. What are we talking about? Well, who said that he wasn't cooked? Man, I say this team, Josh Giddey's so bad shooting. Kobe White needs to stop dancing all over the place and just play Haize. I mean, listen, no notes, bro. No notes. No notes. You're 100% right on that, brother. Make a three modest made 1-1. Why not try him instead of Vooch the last 3 minutes? I mean, they play very different positions. So we need a rim protector back. That's fine. And you know what? That's fine. That does nothing for like 90% of the troubles to the team. It helps. It doesn't fix everything. How many teams have a Vooch type center left in the NBA? Şengün is a similar, but so much younger. Oh, well, look, Şengün is a lot more athletic than Vooch ever was. I'm not saying that Alperen Şengün is some type of a athletic beast, but he's way more athletic than what Vooch ever was. I'm talking about the height of Vooch. Vooch could only hope to be as athletic as Şengün is. Cancel my league pass already. Team is hopeless. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why would you trade your best perimeter defender to another guard? They have a lot of ball handlers on the team. It's probably the best offer they had at that point in time. Bro, just play modest more. That's cool. That's great. But what does that do for trying to win basketball games? I mean, listen, it does a lot to help secure the top 10 pick. That's owed to the Spurs. So maybe there's that. Boss, damn, my Niners loss was hoping my Bulls would cheer me. If your life comes down to hoping the Bulls would cheer you up, man, that sucks, bro. That sucks. Listen, the Bears lost today. I knew there was no hope of being cheered up at this point. Just, yeah. Correction, they changed it to 45 games after the preseason. That's hilarious. Haize, can you please tell me why Bubblegum Billy decided to take out Patrick Williams and sub him out for listen, call him Kobe. Stop with the CW. When we already struggle with size, because Billy Donovan doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. I guess we're officially no, that's the problem. No, we're still not officially tanking. By the way, Haize, we know that wasn't their best offer. We don't know. We know that they had better offers at the deadline. That doesn't mean that those offers were there at the end of the season. So those are very different things. Very different things. So no, we knew that they had better offers at the deadline. I'm talking about once the season was done, when they traded Alex Caruso. We don't know that they had better offers. We don't know. That was no, okay. That was not confirmed. That was not confirmed at all. Go back and look at that. Go back and look at that. I guess the Bulls decided to wait. And hold on, let me go back to this because I want to be clear. 2 firsts doesn't necessarily mean that it's a better deal. Where the Knicks didn't even have 2 firsts. And where were the 2 firsts at? Right? So that doesn't necessarily picks just don't necessarily make it a better deal because if they're trash ass picks, just saying. Seaway says should just play Javon at this point can't hurt. Oh no. That ball headed hoe could definitely hurt. Definitely hurt. Haize, who is the Kings co-commentator tonight? Who is Kings? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Here at the game, Patrick. You know what? And it's something that's correlating. Every time I do a positive video on Patrick Williams, he sucks. Like I did it today, but I did say, "Hey, is it going to maintain?" This is the P Will conundrum. The P Will conundrum. If it was for you, your group of creators to tune into, this shit would be horrible around here. Listen, shout out to the Kanye. I don't think the Kanye boys are live calling today. But hey, listen, that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for. I'm not gonna lie, I would have took the Sacramento pick for AC. They just said that this is Modest back-to-back game. Yeah, hey, listen. Listen, he's young. He's spry. Get him out there. It's okay. It's going to be all right. You know, it's not going to be all right, the Bulls record. I'm telling y'all. I told y'all. Remember what I said. It's about to start getting ugly around here. Modest just needs to play. F the result. Win or lose. Doesn't matter. This season should be development. A season for young players anyway. We're not competing for shit. Well, the problem is, too, though, is that if you just play to play people, what are you really developing? Like, and that's part of my problem with Billy Donovan as well. Like, that's outside of just Modest. That's even with Julian and Dalen. They just out there getting cardio in, basically. Now, they are excelling. They are starting to, just by their own natural inclinations and stuff, but there's no scheme for those guys. There's no game plan for those guys. They're just out there playing. See, look good running point for it, but because it looked good, Billy won't ever try it again. Hey, is the C-Dub doing okay? Notice they're not doing. The Duce, again, I'm not going to speak for him. He can speak on himself. But I think the Duce caught up with C-Dub, and he's just taking the night off. The man is one of the hardest working men in all of podcasting. Like, C-Dub is literally the hardest working man that you guys will ever find, period. Bro, Pat Williams hasn't been looking good so far this season. I see no. Well, then I don't think you've watched the last 5 games before this one. Patrick Williams has been aggressive the last 5 games. He's been attacking closeouts. He's been confidently taking threes. Patrick Williams had one of the best 5-game stretches of his career. So if you have seen no improvement with Patrick Williams outside of this game, have you been watching every game? And I don't even mean that as a slight because you'll see like P. Will's has been averaging considerably more points on the same amount of shots that he's taken all his career the last 5 games prior to this one. And defensively, Patrick Williams is definitely taking a big step up defensively. I've already accepted the fact that the Bulls are suck this season. Are suck this season. All right, Shay, you got Shay proof reading for you. I just want to see the young guys like DT and Modest grow as better players moving forward. A lot of people feel that. Serious question. Why do you think the Bulls are tanking? If they were, the front office wouldn't say they were. Because you could tell by the way that this team's playing, they're competing. See, the thing is, like, tanking to me, it's very different between tanking and just being bad. This is just a bad basketball team. This team isn't tanking, right? It seems that like they're not sitting guys that are healthy. They're not out there pulling guys when the game is close. Like, this team is competing every single game. They're just a bad basketball team. That's a very different thing than tanking. Very different thing than tanking. Like the Brooklyn Nets about to show you a tank because I guarantee you they keep winning at the rate they are. A lot of those guys about to be on the trade block. But all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all guys after the game.